Hello, everyone. We are presenting our BPR project titled Visualizing Computational Solutions to Improve Computational Thinking in Science Courses. I'm Shannon Sun from Institute for Future Intelligence, and my PI is Derek from Spelman College. And we know that computational thinking in STEM education is becoming more important because of increase of use of computers and dealing with complex problems even at the introductory level. However, students are often not entering STEM fields fully competent in computational thinking. The challenge to integrate CT training to STEM curriculum is with the ultimate goal of this project and to contribute to this problem. The first step we took was to define CT and associated cognitive processes because the literature definition varied greatly. You will be surprised. Among the researchers. We wanted to define it in a way that is amenable to assessment. This means that it should be practical and with cognitive processes. They are as independent as possible, like what we have put it right here. After reviewing the theory literature, especially in STEM education, we came up with the following 5 CT practices that were informed by all of the literature. The first is abstraction, is a process of transforming the problem to one that is more feasible and easier to solve. The debugging is a process of making sense of a solution. Algorithmic thinking is a process of outlining a series of logical steps to solution. Decomposition is a process of breaking down a complex problem into smaller, more manageable parts. And generalization is the process of recognizing types of problems to which various parts of the solution can be reused and reapplied legitimately. We are only focusing on the first 3. And based on the self-reported barriers to CT from Spelman students, we identified debugging as the main barrier in introductory courses where codes are given to students to use. The finding is not surprising since educational researchers, they often agree that students are weak in critical thinking, such as making sense of the solutions to complex problems. So at this point, we needed to develop rubrics to assess debugging skills, and we came up with preliminary exercises that are based on platform called iFlow, developed by IFI, and it's a graphic program platform where students can use blocks to debug. So as you can see that the first identify the issue of the output where the curve is not fitting the data, then they can isolate the cost of the components based on the blocks, and then they can iterate the process to improve the solution where the curve is fitting the data much better. And you can see the different characteristics mapped to each of the category for their debugging practices. And we also move on to the abstraction where we examine students' work in the photosynthesis and then describe what they are doing using the similar verbs, identified, isolate, and iterate. But these are with a slightly different meaning so that it can be readily used by the practitioners when they are trying the abstraction activities. And we also ask our research students, the DARA, to work on the research question, what is the correlation between algorithmic thinking and personality? She administered the CAT test, and then she also had a survey with the big 5 traits. Here is the correlation she found, having the agreeableness to be negatively correlated with confirming algorithmic thinking. And we want to use this intervention of algorithmic thinking by based on personality for the practitioners when they are designing courses to work with students. Here are some accomplishments. We finalized operational definition and practices of computational thinking in STEM education, created applied debugging rubrics for assessment. We concluded that students are weak in identification and isolation in their debugging skills. We also summarized the potential cognitive processes for abstraction, correlated some of the learners' personality with the algorithmic thinking. In the future, we want to complete the process to generate rubrics to assess all 5 practices, develop intervention strategies with the aid of the rubrics, just like what we have come up with debugging. We also want to implement intervention strategies to foster computational thinking to broaden participation and survey stakeholders to infuse the development of CT throughout various curricular maps in STEM departments where the institutional transformation can occur. And this work is supported by NSF grant, and we also have some highlights of the references. Thank you for your listening. You are welcome to contact us if you have any questions, and hope to see you soon.